I recently read that if you catch a shark and that is small enough, you can put it in a saltwater aquarium. And while through the years it may grow some, it will only grow in the size of the aquarium that it lives in. However, if you take that same shark, I'm sure not every kind of shark is like this, and you put it in the ocean, it can actually grow to reach its full potential, meaning possibly 4 feet. Even some sharks can grow up to 8 feet. That's interesting, isn't it? And the reason why I share that with you is when it comes to our relationship with God as Christians, are we dwelling in an aquarium when God wants us to be swimming and reaching our full potential for Him in an ocean? Now, by that, I'm not speaking by the way of like financial prosperity or financial success and worldly greatness, but I am speaking of the idea of growing as a Christian and in particular our service to God and what we do for Him. In Matthew chapter 25, Jesus tells the parable of the talents. Beginning in verse 14 all the way down to verse 30, there is a wealthy businessman, possibly a king, I don't know, who has 3 servants. And he gives these 3 servants a large sum of money. That's what talent means here. And to one servant he gave 5 talents, to the other one he gave 2, and to the final one he gave just 1 talent. And when he came back from his journey or trip, basically, he then made his 3 servants give a report as to what kind of profit they have made for him. Well, the 5-talent man made a profit, the 2-talent servant made a profit, but the 1-talent servant didn't make a profit. He didn't do anything with the money that his master gave him. And he was the one that was rebuked and was chastised for it. Now, it's interesting when you think of that word talent. Again, in the parable, it represents money, but it's funny, overall, one of the practical applications for that parable, actually, when you think of the word talent, is exactly one of the ideas there. Our abilities and our gifts that God has given us to use in His service. Now, let's get more specific as to what I mean by that. Not everybody's meant to be a song leader, but I've met some guys who would be outstanding song leaders. But you know what? They never try it. I have met some women who have this charisma about them, this nurturing aspect about them, that they would make really, really good Bible class teachers. But they never try it. I've met some individuals who have an amazing personality and they just have that gift to them that they could just go up with anybody on the street and strike up a conversation and just be friends with anybody. But they never use that ability to tell someone about Jesus. Or how about some guys that I've met that have this natural ability just to be a born leader, and they would make really good elders, but they never desire that office. I can go on and on and on of all the different things and ways we serve God and how people are given gifts or talents to use them in God's service, specifically in those areas, but they never try it. And the question is why is that the case? Why is it that some guys would be great preachers, but they stay far away from preaching and Bible class teaching and whatever? Maybe it's fear. Maybe they're afraid. Maybe they lack the confidence and think that they don't have that ability. They could never do something like that. Maybe it's the concept of we all have a comfort zone, right? And in order to pursue, being a song leader or a Bible class teacher or whatever, we've got to leave that comfort zone. Or maybe we're just not really interested because maybe our lives right now are so focused and wrapped up on things of the here and now, and maybe we're not really concerned about things spiritually speaking. I don't know, but I do think it would be really good. It would do us all well to examine ourselves and to perhaps consider, when it comes to our service to God, are we living in an aquarium, or are we reaching our full potential that God intended us to have and to be in service and duty to Him?